All right, just a quick one before we get started. So this podcast, as you know, informational and entertainment purposes only, certainly shouldn't be considered as financial advice. Please speak to a financial advisor or an expert before you make any investment decisions. Any investment decisions that you do make should be based on your own research and your own understanding of the risks involved. Ourselves, or the guests of the podcast, are certainly not financial experts and do not provide any investment advice. So that said, let's get on with the episode. Please give us a like, subscribe, help us grow, help us bring on some bigger and bigger guests. Yeah, let's get to it.
Good morning. Good morning. It's Thursday. We're back. Morning, fellas.
Morning.
How we doing?
Excellent.
You sound it.
Tired and
tired. Send the listeners back to sleep.
You get a heat wave in the UK, and that means that you don't get any sleep. Basically.
Yeah, slept pretty all right last night. I just had the fan blasting on me. I was all right, but I suppose we should be excited. We've got a couple of days at work, and then we're heading to Singapore, aren't we? So that's something to look forward to. It'll be a busy week, but this will be the first time.
I need a holiday after that one.
Well, this will be the first time everyone's got together, won't it? Really?
Yeah, which is wild.
So, which is a bit wild. Obviously, us three in the room here have met each other. By the way, it's just
I'm sick of the fucking sight of them.
You can hear that those nicotine withdrawals coming through there, can't you? From
You know what Dan said to Jerry the first time me and Jerry were going to Dubai, the first time we were meeting each other, and Dan went, "What are you gonna do if he's like 5'5"?"
Well, he thought I was some sort of giant. He thought I was like 6'7" or something. So he was sadly disappointed, mate.
That is absolutely hilarious. What are you going to do? Like, what, just melt on the spot and pretend he hasn't seen you? Fold the business.
Get back on your flight and go home.
Fold the business. Solana too short.
Yeah, Solana manlets. That's who I am.
But anyway, so prices and flows. So we have Bitcoin down slightly at 25,749, ETH down slightly again at 1,635, and the total market cap is down slightly as well, 1.08 trillion. Binance inflows, we are down 128 million on the daily, down 430 million on the weekly, and the fear and greed index is flat 40, which is actually the lowest that we've seen since we started this podcast, which is right, I believe.
Yeah, I think it's just like it's a product of what you're seeing across the board in terms of the market being that flat.
Yeah.
And it's pure dog shit. Pharmaceutical grade dog shit.
Do you know what? Right, let's just dwell on it for a sec, because we haven't got any burning news, have we? What do you think at the minute? What's the current market outlook for anyone listening who is aware of the situation? Not to put anyone massively on the spot.
Everyone's just fading absolutely everything. Like there's Bitcoin ETF, Grayscale winning, got completely faded within like 2 days.
Yeah, reaches.
The ETH spot filing just completely eradicated within minutes. I personally think there's some big news about to come out in the wash, which I don't know. I just think there's something big about to come out in the wash, hence why everything just completely gets faded. It's just any kind of sign of moving upwards, people are just immediately wanting to sell. So I don't know if that's the point in the market where we are. I have absolutely no idea what's going on. Anyone who says they do are talking like full of shit. And it's not really a market you should be actively trading. It's if you can pick up stuff when it goes like to the lows of the range or out like to the lower bounds of the range, then all good. But you definitely shouldn't be actively trading it unless it's like a very low time frame and just kind of swings in and out. Usually just fade in a pump, because pumps will be faded until they aren't, and then you can start like reevaluating the kind of way that you're going to approach a market. But like the Solana Visa thing, that's fucking huge. That's actually huge. It's not a one-sided vanity market announcement that you see other networks, no names mentioned, do all the time. But this is actually, they're going to be using it to settle for their merchants, for WorldPay, and I can't remember the other one, but it's it's moving in the right direction.
Yeah.
And that just immediately gets faded. So if you're seeing that in the bull market, that'd be up again, probably 100% over the past couple of days, I think. But yeah, it's just poor across the board.
Poor across the board. Mike, anything to add before I rattle through a couple of headlines?
No, yeah, like you say,
Yeah.
you can't put your finger on anything in terms of standard market cycles. You just be taking a lucky guess at where you get it. Everyone obviously, everyone just speculates consistently, but even that's died down. So that's even a sign of how dead it is.
Yeah. So anyway, headlines. So on Tuesday, we obviously mentioned the stake hack. So now the co-founder has actually come out, and it says stake co-founder says wallet keys are not compromised in crypto casino's $41 million hack.
Yeah, it looks like, I know he says it in the article, and you can check actually where the funds are being moved to and stuff, but they look like this is no kid sat in his basement doing this. It's like someone or some group of people that are extremely sophisticated and know what they're doing. So can't imagine you're going to see that back, but this is kind of a flex at the bottom of the article. The loss of funds is by no means a trivial amount, but this attack has no material effect in stakes operations. It's like, yeah, it's 40 million, which we have to say is a lot of money because we'll come across as dickheads if not. But that's fucking chump change to us, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, which is exactly what we said on Tuesday, isn't it? Yeah, I love that, to be honest. Fair play. Yeah. But yeah,
they'll probably come out in a year, won't it? It's always like after the fact, and it'll be bloody like that Lazarus Group or something like that, where they've had a bit of fun again and found a loophole somewhere.
They're the most profitable people in crypto.
Yeah, we also have the GMBL, which I'm just going to pull this one up. Who dropped this one in?
Me, because it's funny.
There you go.
So these have been hacked 3 hours after they went live, and it's nothing to laugh about. But can you just click on their profile, Al, and then scroll down a little bit, because I want you to see. Scroll down. I'll keep a bit further down. It's 6th of September. So keep going. So the hack happened, and this was the initial tweet. You see that one at the bottom, investigating a potential exploit.
In pure panic mode.
Why are the eyes lowercase? Why is it all?
No time.
So
right. Okay, yeah.
No, but what's funnier is if you actually look at the tweet below that, it says GMBL is live, play LP, reverse stake, trade, claims are open, and all the eyes are in lowercase for whatever the fucking reason.
So bizarre.
But if you click through to that, that's a big announcement post. Let's fucking go 6:10 a.m. and then at 7:58 a.m. investigating a potential exploit. So yeah, I mean, there was a lot of people in this, a lot of people touting it as well. You're never going to know if there's going to be a fucking exploit. And anyone who says you should be more careful, talking about shit that just comes on the market. Yeah. One, how are you going to find out about it if people aren't talking about it? Two, nobody's reading fucking contracts before they're talking about it, particularly not people who are on Twitter. The people on Twitter are fucking idiots, us included. So it's always after the fact that people are like, oh yeah, people shouldn't be talking about it. It's just rogue. Look, people just lost their money.
But it happens every day.
I know. I don't get what people expect.
It's usually not a hacker. It's usually some little kid in the basement who's like, oh, I make a couple of quid here. Let's launch a Captain Inu token or whatever it may be, and make some coin, make some quick coin. To be fair, there was a Captain Inu who was genuine, to be fair, but that's probably a bad example. But
that sounds like something that the Captain Inu debits
And like, not that it's acceptable, I guess. Like, I guess it's such a strange like ethos in crypto that like like to get rugged and just go, oh, fine, like let's buy something else.
I think they've got like over 50% of the funds back, but still, it's it's a bit of a shit show. Again,
I know what you're gonna say. Yeah,
I'm not gonna say it.
Yeah, neither am I. It's just wild, but I guess it's the nature of CT, isn't it? Everyone thinks they can launch something and then try and handle it when shit hits the fan as well. The two are not mutually exclusive. But whatever. So also build on base. Earlier today, we had a delay in block production due in part to our internal infrastructure requiring a refresh. The issue has been identified and remediated. No funds are at risk. To stay updated, check status.base.org.
Yeah. So Raj from Solana had a fucking great tweet, which was the fact that it was just whenever Solana goes down, it's a complete outage and a failure, and whenever anyone else goes down, it's a halt in block production. And it just shows the level of fucking bias that are in the market across like crypto media and shit like that as well. But yeah, I mean, it's just hiccups in it. Like it's nothing major. There's with L2s that they're designed with the security of the L1 in mind as well. There's a lot of people building the quote unquote kind of escape hatch if anything were to happen where you need your funds off the L2. There is like repos and code for it currently, but if anything drastic were to happen and you needed that escape hatch back to the L1, there's going to be fucking 100 people on the planet who know how to kind of execute that and perform that. So like the front end UI UX actually needs to be implemented. So in future, if there's anything a little bit more serious with like L2s, then that can actually happen. But yeah, it's just it's
a bit of a non-issue.
Wasn't for long. Yeah, it's a bit of a non-issue. It's just like it's just flat, and people like
it happened on ARB. It happened on ARB where and it's just like it gets fixed and remediated, and there's going to be hiccups. It's the way technology goes. But like, if as long as it's nothing too dramatic, then who cares really?
Yeah, exactly.
Another story which we had our eye on, which everyone knows I'm a big fan of these ones. Rollbit. We are proud to announce that Rollbit is the official European betting partner of SSC Napoli. We look forward to supporting and working closely with Napoli over the following months. I feel like in Italy, they're way more open to Web3 sponsorship and gambling than anywhere else is. Yeah.
Who's getting the back pocket there?
See how many sponsors you can have on your shirt as well. It's like just looking at the video now.
But
I think we said this, didn't we? We said this a couple of months back when we were talking about Rollbit. And like, look, we're not getting paid by Rollbit. I fucking wish we were. I'd take that money all day long. And anyone who says they wouldn't is fucking lying. So we said like the next step for them would be they've tapped into like the glass ceiling and they've conquered the mind share of Twitter users and crypto users. And then it's like, how do you expand beyond that? And it's getting into obviously sports. Maybe they go after, I don't know, maybe they go after like Bellator or 1FC or K1 or something like that as well. Obviously, I don't think they're going to get like the UFC because I can imagine Dana has like an extra zero on everything. For like his CPMs and shit.
Is stake.com already on the UFC or have they not made it there?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
You'd assume so.
I can't remember recognizing.
I can't picture it there. Well, VE Chain are the official blockchain of the UFC, aren't they? Conor McGregor's coked up fucking antics stored forever immutably on the VE Chain.
Jesus Christ.
But you are right, Grant, to be fair, because it's even like talking about adoption and stuff, it's different to even just having Binance on the front of the shirt, which was it Napoli that used to have Binance or Roma maybe had it as well, but it's different, isn't it, to like a centralized exchange advertising through like traditional streams which carry its own like go on.
I think they're going for that. I think they're biding the time for something drastic to happen to Binance, and then they're just going to move into that space ever so slowly.
There seems to be like,
or they can go the other way and like try and do it fully on chain. But I can imagine next steps are just to ever so slowly creep in, steal market share from centralized exchanges. Obviously, start tapping into some stake.com market share after that recent hack and shit. That'll take a lot of time, but getting mobile first and all that kind of shit. So yeah,
it does seem to be more like some industries are just more acceptable to the fact. Like you've got like F1 still that like they've still got promotions there, UFC, and then like certain football associations and clubs at the moment. But it doesn't. Apart from that, I haven't really seen it elsewhere at the moment. So you don't see it.
If it pays, it plays, and it's like a good crossover of the Venn diagram between like sports people with high risk tolerance who like to gamble regardless. It's just the same thing in a different format. So
and it was Lazio, by the way. I just remembered it was Lazio.
Oh, was it?
Yeah. But I guess the overall point I was making in a week that we've talked a lot about, retail adoption and stuff. It feels like this is a much easier sell to like your average normie to like gamble betting than it is trying to explain even a centralized exchange. I guess that's the point that I was.
It's a Trojan horse, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. And it's
again, it goes back to this like account abstraction and ease of like getting your funds on and understanding. Like people know betting.
Exactly.
In terms of swapping tokens and what you're doing there or anything else is like to normal people without explanation is quite abstract, really.
The fact of like depositing onto there, understanding the landscape, because like every one of like our mates or basically anyone in the UK who's in their 20s who's remotely into sports has probably put a bet on the betting app and using that as a Trojan horse. And then like you're probably flicking through one day and you're like, buy Bitcoin, buy Harry Potter, Sonic 10 Inu. So it's like you draw them in with like the betting app, and then you've also got the perps and derivatives and the wallet in there, and like buy an RLB and like all that kind of shit. So
but we dwelled on that one a lot. So in the essence of time, which one do we want to focus on last? Because we did have a couple of headlines. Mike, do you want to talk about yours, or do we want to talk about the MetaMask headline?
Do Mike's is more informative, I think.
Yeah, can do. Yeah, so obviously the narrative that's been going around in terms of at the moment, well, over the past month was the whole Telegram, Discord, like sniper bots that or any type of bots really. There's all sorts being developed or in the works. Has been the main narrative. It's sort of dropped off. The main one that we were looking like that people sort of gravitated to and had first mover advantage was Unibot, which I think its all-time high was probably around 250 million market cap or something like that. So in recent days, me just coming back to work, to be honest, I picked up on this banana gun, and they've built a sort of similar product, sniper bot and a sell bot, but it's not tokenized at the moment. So it's been free to use, and they've sort of got product market fit, knowing that people are after these type of bots regardless. So having not to buy into a token, but having access is obviously advantageous, especially when you in this market when you don't want to take the risk of, I don't know, buying Unibot at the top of the market and then trying to use the bot to then make all your money back when it drops, from which it has done, because now it's at about 86 million market cap. I think there was some FUD around it as well. Not sure how true that is, so I won't really divulge there.
The one of the founders' Telegram got hacked.
Right. Okay. Fair enough. Let's like I say, I couldn't confirm or deny because I just heard rumors and I was like, I don't know how true that is. No one else seemed to either. So Banana Gun are doing a raise at the end of this week. So I imagine today, tomorrow, for 800 ETH, with a maximum of 1 ETH buy-in. They're launching at a market cap of 1.56 million. So in terms of current market share, it's significantly less than what you're looking at with Unibot. It's only 20% of the supply which is getting released from pre-sale. So the tokenomics, they're saying that they're going to lock a hell of a lot of the supply with 65% of the team treasury is going to be locked. And then there's a 10% supply for the team, which is also locked and vested. So if that remains true in terms of your diluted, fully diluted value, it's about 6.5 million market cap. Again, it's like 10x, 12x less than what you're looking at Unibot. So there could be an opportunity there, but the state of the market is also like, in terms of shitcoins across the board, there's not much popping, and appetite for stuff has sort of wavered.
Yeah, it's good that, Mike. Yeah,
we're done.
Yeah,
are we done? Yeah, I actually think that was a pretty decent episode, considering you can tell.
It's a lot more serious.
It was quite serious because I think we're flat, the market's flat. We still did a good job of it, but look, sign up to the newsletter. You know where to go for that one, and our new YouTube show is still early. It's not as easy to find yet because it's only just been launched on YouTube, so we'll link that below. But there's lots of good shit coming your way on that end as well. And other than that, I will leave it there. Cheers, boys.
Bye
bye.